And it's Monday again. You know what that means. Starting with chest day today. Pretty regular chest day this week, I think. Just starting off with some floor press. You see me using the dumbbells for weight there. Same old, same old. Make sure to keep your form tight. Form looks pretty good here from what I'm seeing. Elbows are not flaring out, staying close to the body, going straight up and down without too much extraneous movement. So that's what you're looking for. Then we go to dips. Using the weighted backpack here, but same thing. Make sure to keep your form as tight as you can. Here you notice I'm kind of leading with my chest here, my legs going back a little bit, not going straight down. That's just to lead the focus a little bit more on the chest rather than tricep. But I don't know if there's that much of a difference, honestly. So just make sure to keep your body tight and don't flare your elbows out, and keep that form proper. But after doing the weighted version, I'm gonna dump the backpack. Drop down to easier progressions is one way to get more reps in to any workout. So you go from weighted version to a less weight version, or in this case, body weight version after a weighted version. And then after that, here we're doing some L-sit holds with a dip hold. Just trying to work on the core and the hip flexors a little bit. This is a pretty difficult exercise, and if you've never done this, I'd highly suggest it, because I think you'll notice how difficult it feels right away. So for this, just gonna hold as long as you can, and then we're gonna do some raises afterwards, and we're gonna do as many as we can. And once we can't do any more, you start notice that you start swaying a lot more back and forth as your core gets more tired. And then I just go to a tucked version. So I just take the position of the dumbbell, so I can pick it up between my legs, and then I'll just raise the leg with a tucked position to focus more on the abs and the core, instead of the hip flexors, which were the focus of the two previous exercises. Form looks pretty good to me. You don't want to, once you start swaying too much, that's when you know when your core is getting tired. But after that, we're gonna go to some resistance band flies. For this, once again, you want to keep your body as taut as possible, and you want to focus on the fly portion of the movement. Bring your body across your chest while keeping your chest stationary. Form looks pretty decent here. Yep, standing up straight. It's a little bit difficult with the resistance band just because of how the resistance changes as you go across the body more. So it's like no resistance for the first 25%, and then good for the middle 50%, and then you're really kind of struggling for that last 25%. So not ideal, but I don't have a row or cable machine, so make do with what we have. Right? It's the name of the game. Doing our best is always better than doing nothing at all. From here, we're gonna do a push out in the middle chest position. This one is, if you do it with one hand, you definitely feel it a lot more in your chest, like definitely right here. I've tried to implement some sort of fly motion, but like I talked about earlier, it's a little bit difficult because of how the resistance loads over distance with the resistance band. So I'm just doing the static holds, which I definitely feel it a little bit in the chest as well. So I'm gonna keep doing these for a little bit, and we'll see if I find a way to do them a little bit differently. But for now, they seem to be working. After that, what we're gonna go for a low to high chop. We're gonna use the resistance band here. We're gonna keep our arms straight. See how I'm not bending at the elbows, like a bicep curl, right? Keeping that straight and bringing it, like the entire arm across the body. Form looks pretty good here. Yeah, so you should feel it in your lower portion of your chest for this movement. Pretty low intensity, not too heavy. So I like to finish off chest day with this exercise. And that's it for chest day. We're going to finish off with our core workout. We usually do some resistance band pull downs. Starting, so I'm keeping my legs from my knee to my butt straight, pulling down with my core and upper body. Here I drop a band and I keep going. Definitely feel the difference from when I first started this exercise a few months ago. I'm doing more bands more easily now, so the improvements happening. From there, we're going to do a lateral raise here with a bag of rice and some dumbbells. I did try to do this with 2 bags of rice, but it just wasn't stable, wasn't safe. So I just recommend you doing it with one weight if you can, if you have it. Focus on the form, go up and pause right at the top, and same thing at the bottom to make sure you're not using momentum too much. But after that, we're going to go for some leg raises with the dumbbell for some added resistance. Make sure to keep your lower back flat on the mat for this exercise, and make sure that you're properly engaging your core and not just lifting up with your legs. If you feel this movement primarily in your hip or lap area, that means you're just engaging the hip flexors, and that's not what you want. So really try to consciously pull up with your lower abs for this exercise. Here we're going to do the dead bug here. I really like this exercise. It's a little bit less intense because you have less of your weight away from your center of gravity at any given time, but it's still a really good exercise for you to feel what that engagement in the core feels like with your lower back against the floor. Really important, and definitely try to maintain that going forward. And then we're going to do a kneeling Pallof press here. We're just going to keep our body perpendicular to the resistance band and push out. Keep your shoulders back, push out straight. I really like this exercise. You definitely feel it in your core pretty quick, so I recommend doing some version of this, as it's a resistance against rotation, which is important for your core. But other than that, that's day 1 in the books. Subscribe to get daily reminders. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much.